room here, and we'll wait a bit. While we pause for technical difficulties. Welcome, everyone, and welcome to those who are not able to join us but are with us virtually. Today is a fantastic occasion, and I'm glad to be a part of this celebration of a wonderful achievement. First thing that we have today, by the way, my name is Kevin DeLatte, for those of you who do not know me. The first thing that we have today is an invocation by Pastor Shaler.
Let us pray. Gracious God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Andrew Carper, as he has achieved the highest rank of scouting, that of Eagle Scout. Today is a celebration of a journey filled with challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character of this young man developed, and the service to our community he worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrate his faith, commitment, and hard work. We ask for your blessing on Andrew, his family who supported and encouraged him, and his fellow scouts who helped him along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 35, and all those who are here this afternoon. Use this ceremony to inspire vision and to encourage his troop to follow in the Eagle path. Continue to walk with Andrew as he takes the next steps in becoming the scout and the person you desire him to become. Amen.
We now have a presentation of our flags by Eliza DeLatte and Ben Cox. Proceed, please. Thank you. Next, we have the Pledge of Honor. Would Colton Laws please come up? Let's see how tall you are. Come on over here. I can get this thing a little clearer. All right. Lead us off, bud.
Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well done. You make. Oath, we have Gordon Hushin. Whoa, loud. And now for the Scout oath, we have Gordon Hushin coming up.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Thank you. Scout law, I'd like to have Hunter Lubert come up, please.
Signs, please. A scout that is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, witty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Thank you. Those of you who are standing may be seated. We now have a special Order of the Arrow ceremony honoring the memory of one of my good friends, Greg LaForge. Could John Miller and Alex Letts please come forward? Stepped in.
You start. We are members of the Tepu Shope Lodge, Order of the Arrow. The Order of the Arrow is a society of members by the Boy Scouts of America who have been recognized by their fellow scouts for their outstanding devotion to the high ideals of the Scout oath and law. Its foundation is our brotherhood and cheerful service, modeled after the Delaware Indian tribe. We have come to pay our final tribute to our departed brother. Alawat Sakima, Chief of the Fire, will now relate a brief scouting history of our brother.
Mr. LaForge was not a scout as a youth. He joined the scouting program with his sons, Eric and Kevin. He served as Cub Master and Committee Chair of PAC 3024. He served on the committee and as Scoutmaster of Troop 35. He was inducted into the Order of the Arrow in 2014. The biggest takeaway from Mr. LaForge's leadership as Scoutmaster is that the Scouts VSA is a youth-led organization, and that that was something he practiced when he was Scoutmaster, having the troop be Scout-led, and yeah.
Peace, my brothers of the Arrow, of this lodge and humble tribe. Bear with me this obligation to our brother gone before us, on the trail of fulfillment. He camped and served among us. He who always stood beside us now has left his earthly trial for the trail of his Maker. Let us in our hearts and minds remember who he was and our brother in our earth, forever in spirit, our brother. Greg LaForge, he'll always be among us.
As a symbol of our order, the arrow has been fitly chosen. It must be straight, its point keen, aimed high, its course undeviating, its direction onward, upward. Therefore, it has been fitly chosen as a symbol of leadership. The breaking of this arrow is symbolic of the end of strife and the beginning of peace. Our brother Mateo will now strengthen our spirits.
O great Master, hear us through our thoughts this evening in our final tribute to our brother. He who loved the haunts of nature, who loved the moonlight on the water, loved the sunshine in the meadow, loved the shadow of the forest, loved the wind among the pine trees, loved the rushing of great rivers and the thunder of the mountains, loved all of nature and all its splendor, found in nature his duty to man, and pledged himself to cheerful service, serving his brothers and his fellow man. Rest, brother. We've known you well indeed, and now in peace you'll sleep. You've done your work and done it well, so none of us need to weep. In scouting, we will miss your smile and your friendly hand clasp, but your master will guide your steps and the point of the way to you.
Please join us in a moment of silence. So may it be. Thank you.
Now could I have Jamie and Sarah Lagenauer come up to begin the Eagle Scout Basics portion of our Court of Honor.
When a youth joins Scouts BSA, there is with him or her that we call the spirit of scouting. This single lighted candle before you represents that spirit. Because the spirit of scouting embodies the principles of the Scout Oath and Scout Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may seem feeble, but when multiplied by the millions of youth involved with Scouts BSA, the light is powerful indeed.
After a young person enters scouting, the scout law that they promise to obey begins to guide their life. One by one, using the flame from the spirit of scouting, we shall light the symbols for each part of the scout law. There are 12 parts. Each is an important foundation in the building of strong character. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. In the Scout Oath, the young scout promises upon their honor to do their best to do his or her duty, first to God and our country, second to other people by helping them at all times, and third to themselves by keeping themselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. You see how the light from the spirit of scouting is now beginning to grow and become brighter.
To earn the highest rank in scouting, a scout must spend a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, the occasion that recognizes their accomplishments should be memorable. Today, we shall follow the light of the Eagle Trail as we recognize accomplishments of Andrew Carper. Now, in the distance, looms the hazy outlines of Eagle Summit, flanked by the lesser peaks that represent the star and life ranks. To the new scout, they are very far away, but they will come a lot closer as the light from the spirit of scouting continues to spread. The scout begins as a tenderfoot.
The tenderfoot badge is the first rank a scout receives. It stands at the foot of the Eagle Trail. Its 3 points stand for the 3 parts of the Scout Oath, and the badge includes the mariner's compass, forever pointing the way to the North Star, and a safe journey in life, plus 2 stars, representing truth and knowledge. A shield, which is the emblem of a nation molded together in justice, and an eagle to guard the freedom of my land. Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, a scout won't stay a tenderfoot for very long. Putting a few simple achievements behind him, he will shortly climb to the rank of second class.
The requirements for second class become more difficult. A scout must learn to be self-sufficient in the outdoors and continue to render service to others. Its badge has a scroll with the ends turned up in the willing smile of the scout. On the badge is our motto, "Be prepared," and suspended is a knot tied there to remind us of the BSA slogan, "Do a good turn daily." Now the scout is ready for the challenge to attain first class.
Although the requirements become more difficult, a scout keeps climbing until finally comes the day when he or she stops at the first summit along the Eagle Trail. There, the scout receives their first class badge. From the start, a scout lays their course by the stars of truth and knowledge, and gird themselves with the righteousness of justice and freedom. These ideas are incorporated in the first class badge, along with a smile to remind scouts to be a good friend to all, and a knot reminding scouts to bind themselves with the knowledge of duty to others.
A broad field of merit badges awaits the first class scout. More than 100 merit badges guide the scout to explore careers, hobbies, and community interest items. The scout needs but a total of 6 to conquer the Star Scout Summit. Probably a lot sooner than they thought possible, the scout finds himself or herself standing on Star Ridge. Thus, through leadership, service, and achievement, they conquered the first of 3 great peaks along the Eagle Trail.
The trail to the next summit, Life Scout Peak, isn't easy. I have shown the world that scouting is in my heart. I have mastered knowledge of subjects that will benefit my country and fellow man. There is leadership to demonstrate, service to others, and plenty of hard work in mastering 5 additional merit badges and helping fellow scouts. The higher I climb, the fewer travelers I meet along the trail. Yet there are no impossible barriers along the way. The Life Scout's goal can be achieved, but it takes real effort.
While the rank of Life Scout is a coveted one and deserving to all who obtain it, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It leads on toward a higher summit. The pathway narrows and steepens considerably as it winds along ledges of personal achievement and mountain pastures of troop accomplishment. Mile by mile, the trail becomes more trying. Many challenges must be conquered in these last miles. Before the highest summit along the Eagle Trail can be completed, additional merit badges must be earned. Some of them are very difficult, and leadership and service to others are not forgotten. Only with the greatest persistence and courage can the scout gain the thrill of victory that comes while looking back down the trail from the very top of the Eagle Summit.
Thank you both for that. Scouting is no doubt one of the great organizations in the world to foster the highest ideals of citizenship. It's no wonder then that so many of our leaders in various fields, including astronaut Neil Armstrong, President Gerald R. Ford, and film producers Steven Spielberg and Michael Moore, had some of their earliest leadership experiences in scouting. Scouting is changing, but one thing remains constant. The total development from youth to adulthood depends on the physical, mental, and moral growth expressed in the Scout Oath. The skills are so demanding, and the challenge is so hard. It is not surprising to learn that only about 2% of the youth in scouting achieve the rank of Eagle Scout. As most enter scouting, they picture themselves becoming Eagle Scouts. But as you know, there are so many activities and interests clamoring for their attention that the flames that were burning aspiration dim to ashes and die away, and they stop short. What does the Eagle Badge represent? It means that a scout set a goal and worked to achieve that goal. The Eagle Scout Badge stands for strength of character. The Eagle Scout Badge is a symbol of what a young person has done, but more important, it also represents what the youth will be able to do in the future as they move into adulthood. And now, I would like to have Michael Hunt come forward for a Scoutmaster moment.
First off, I shouldn't be the one up here, but we don't always get what we want. Greg would have not wanted this to be a sad, sorrowful moment. This is a rejoiceful thing, and it's a true honor to be up here in his doing his part. A Scoutmaster is proud, encouraging, patient, strong-footed, and sacrificial. It takes all of these things to guide a scout on the trail to Eagle. Boy, did Andrew's Scoutmaster need all of these. Andrew didn't do anything normal on his road to Eagle. Why should his ceremony be any different? This is awesome that we can be together, even though we are spread so far apart to honor Andrew's day. I know his path has been long and hard, and as so many of the leaders are proud of the man that he's become. Along every Scout's trail, they have at least one challenge. Andrew's biggest challenge was to get him to open up and be vocal. One specific campout that all changed. We were manning aid stations at the North Country Trail Run. After a short time, as Andrew was encouraging the runners coming through, he gave himself his own challenge of shouting a different encouraging phrase to each runner. And let me tell you, Andrew, you are an excellent specimen of a human being. Eagle candidate Andrew Carper, you are to be congratulated for reaching the highest peak of the Eagle Trail. Your diligence and hard work have paid off. If you will come forward, your Eagle Badge of rank will be presented.
as well for the presentation of the Eagle Badge.
This is the Eagle Badge. It is an eagle imprinted with BSA, indicative of that. We have the banner from second class, be prepared, with the motto. There's also dangling here a knot to remind you of doing a good turn daily. The Eagle Badge also has 3 colors, blue, white, and red. The blue is for loyalty. The white is for courage. The white is for bravery. And the red is for courage. All of those things are instilled in the eagle. And it's my honor to present you with this badge that you may wear at any time, in any setting, to recognize your accomplishments in earning the Eagle rank. I had a script. I didn't know I had a script. I should have known I had a script. Everyone has a script. So this afternoon, we do have the honor and pleasure of recognizing Andrew Carper for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. Andrew joined Cub Scouts as a Tiger. He was involved first with dens led by Peter Hill, and then Sharon and Tony French. He crossed over from Webelos after earning his Arrow of Light. He joined Troop 35 and worked through the ranks fairly steadily. At first, kind of got slowed down, and then got going at the very end. I'm going to go off script here again. Andrew was a very unusual young scout. One of the skills that we have to learn is tying knots and doing lashings. Most of the scouts, most of the youth, when they do that, are imitating what the instruction that we give them, and then they fumble a little bit and so forth. Not so young Andrew. Young Andrew said, "Oh, there's a book? I can get this out of a book?" He took the book away, came back, I don't remember how much time later, tied a perfect square lashing. It was marvelous. The only scout I've ever known to actually do that, to learn that on your own. It was marvelous. But very indicative of the way that he's progressed through the ranks. Very much doing it his way. Outside of scouting, he participated in middle school robotics. He's been a long-time band member from the 6th to the 12th grade. Was in the forensics program at the high school, and went to a state competition there twice. He took 2 years of English through the Academically Talented Youth Program and graduated in this past May, and is now taking classes at Kalamazoo Valley Community College. So the Boy Scout movement represents one of the most wholesome and significant developments in the world's history. You have been deemed worthy of the highest rank in its membership. All who know you celebrate and rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you will be asked to assume a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to your country, your fellow scouts and citizens, and yourself. This is a great undertaking. It is therefore right and proper that we have a careful review of your qualifications. The first qualification is your scout spirit. In studying your character, we've interviewed your parents, teachers, religious leaders, and other individuals in the community. We found that you're satisfactorily putting into daily practical use the principles of the Scout Oath and Law. We believe you are qualified as an Eagle Scout, and that you will continue these habits of character in the future. Another important consideration is Scout participation. After a careful review of your record in developing leadership, by participating in troop meetings, hikes, service projects, campouts, along with school and community activities, it's been determined that a maturing capacity and a willingness to exert your leadership in constructive activities have been shown. The last item for review was proficiency in Scout craft skills. We've verified your proficiency in the various crafts prescribed by the Eagle rank. You have completed 24 merit badges, 21 are required. This work was certified by duly appointed merit badge counselors, and the boards of review have found you qualified in your Scout craft. In a moment, former Scoutmaster Mike Sundling will confer upon you the award of Eagle Scout. I guess I already did that. I am, however, sure that you will agree that we've been accorded the privilege of standing with you and in some measure share these high honors. Will Mr. Sundling and Andrew's parents please join us up front?
Please let me take this off for a second, just so I can speak. I have a hard enough time at these things to start with, so I don't need the mask too, so bear with me. I didn't know there was such a thing as eagle bombing, John. You know, like photobombing in scouting, huh? Well, like a bad penny, we keep coming back. I've been around for a long time, so has this family. Started back in 95 when I took over the troop, and Adam, Andrew's older brother, joined, and he became one of my first Eagle Scouts. Sorry. One of my first Eagle Scouts in 2002. During that time, I had, I think, 31 Eagles in 16 years. And I'm sure between John and Greg and now Mike, we're at least double that by now. I didn't have the exact count, but our troop has always been a good provider of leadership skills and team building to get these boys through their ranks. It's hard to believe that it's been 20 years ago since we presented Adams, almost 20 years ago. Actually, 2012 was when Adam got his, or 2002 is when Adam got his. So that's interesting because in 2022, which would be his 20 years, that will be my 50 years since I got my Eagle in 1972, way before you guys were even born. Even the adults. It's getting old. Anyway, in light of the inquiries to Andrew's qualifications and the favorable results, the Eagle Scout Board of Review has found that the candidate qualified to receive the Eagle Scout rank. So on behalf of the Boy Scouts of America, Michigan Crossroads Council, Gerald R. Ford Field Service Council, and the Lakeshore District, it's my honor to assist John in presenting you your Eagle pin. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice and helpfulness from the mother of the Scout, which has led to this afternoon. As a symbol of this effort, the court now asks Andrew to present his mom with a miniature Eagle Scout mother's pin. I guess one little note, how many of you know that their family had a fire early this year? And one of the things that she lost was all of her pins.
And the troop graciously replaced them.
So these are a brand new set, but still from the heart. You know, it's funny. Give me a tissue. Oh, I get one too? Great, great. Fine pair. Also, we would like to present you with some flowers. These will be presented by Jamie Lagenauer, who is the mother of the last Eagle Scout in our troop.
So it's been a tradition in Troop 35 that the parent before gives the mother flowers. I decided to give flowers, but in a little different way. My reasoning behind the potted flower is I want Sharon to plant these, to watch them grow, just as she's watching Andrew grow. I want this to be something that she can cherish, hopefully for many years to come, and hopefully she can find a good spot, maybe outside of Andrew's bedroom window, to plant these flowers. I have to say, too, that I'm very thankful for Sharon. She has done amazing things for our troop. She now has Piper, her daughter, involved in Scouts along with my daughter, and it's so wonderful to have her assistance next to me. So thank you.
And that penny keeps rolling on, doesn't it? Your father has stood by you during the years and has offered his encouragement and assistance. As a symbol of what he has contributed to your attainment of the rank, the Corps would now ask you to present him with the Miniature Eagle's Father's Pin. Thank you. And now, if I will hold your flower, Jim, if you could take off Andrew's current troop neckerchief. Sharon, if you would like to present your son with his eagle neckerchief.
Are you going to keep this clip? We were talking about this earlier today. I think he's lost one clip for every rank plus.
Start tying bungee cords onto him, huh? Andrew, we also have from National Boy Scouts your official certificate that you can frame and your Eagle credit card that you can carry around in your wallet the rest of your life. Andrew, I will now ask you to rededicate yourself to the Scouting ideals by repeating the Scout Oath. Repeat it slowly and resolve to continue the perseverance that has brought you this far.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
2. Thank you. Parents, you could be seated. You get to stay with me. Andrew, your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourself to the principle of scouting, but one more important thing remains: your dedication to the future. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other scouts of lower rank. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous. People will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility will not only reflect upon you, but on your fellow Eagles and all scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but it is ours alone. In a moment, I will ask Ann to repeat the Eagle Scout charge. But first, I would like any Eagle Scouts attending today to please join us so that they may rejoin us in the rededication. Any Eagle Scouts that are present, if you could come up and kind of spread out down that side of the stage. Andrew, I challenge you to enter this Eagle Brotherhood, holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals and honor and service. By the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words are similar, those by which you join scouting, they will mean more to you now than they ever have in the past. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will seal your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the words that closed, the Declaration of Independence. Scouts, parents, and guests, please stand. Andrew and fellow Eagle Scouts, please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example, my rank and my influence count strongly. For better scouting and for better citizenship in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. 2. You may be seated. By the authority be invested in me by the National Boy Scouts of America, it's my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain graven in your heart forever. Now, Andrew could say a few things if he would like, and he also has his mentor pins he would like to give out. Those to you there. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I think the saying "it takes a village to raise a child" is absolutely the truth. There are so many people who have contributed in my trail to Eagle. Too many to list them all off. Sat down a few days ago with my mom, and I came up with a list of people who I who I could think of off the top of my head, to simplify it and cut down the talking. So for a start, there's John Miller, who taught me, who is aided in my trail to Eagle by teaching me some logistics as it relates to scouting. There's Judy Buchanan, who is my contact for my Eagle Scout project, and helped me with some schooling things that I honestly wouldn't have been able to do without her. Peter Hill and Sharon and Tony French were my Cub Scout leaders, and without them, I wouldn't have made it to where I am. Nathan Andres taught me that it's almost never too late to get your eagle. Then there are the two people that I'd like to give mentor pins to, because like everybody says, nothing was normal about my path to Eagle. So the first person that I wanted to give a mentor pin to can't be here today. So my plan is that I'm going to give my mentor pin to the family of Greg LaForge, because Mr. LaForge motivated me more than almost anybody else, only being beaten out by my mother in that regard. I almost gave up on scouting, and Mr. LaForge sat me down, and he got me to change my mind. The other person that I'd like to give a mentor pin to is my Uncle Bert, for being one of the first Eagles that I ever had the honor of meeting, and for being a stellar example of what an Eagle Scout is. And that's it. All right.
I've sat on quite a few Eagle boards of review over the last couple of years, and there's a question that comes up quite frequently. What would you change about the law? What things might you want to think should be included that isn't there? And Mr. Carper here has said the most pertinent one that I've ever heard. He said that a scout should be present. And I got to tell you, the room goes silent when he says this. It was phenomenal. So thank you for bringing that forward. It was truly something that inspired me to make sure that I have that aspect as I go through my portion of scouting as well. To be present, to be eyes on the prize, to be heads up and engaged. The next thing that we have are tributes and special gifts. Would Mrs. Hunt will be extinguishing some light or some candles as we go forward here. Yeah?
There are a couple of tributes to actually present.
All right, Alex, come forward. Sorry. I have made an error. Forgive me.
Hi there. I'm going to take off my scouting hat, and I'm going to put on my invisible work hat so I can present this tribute. On behalf of State Representative Mary Whiteford, I present this tribute to Andrew on behalf, to recognize his outstanding achievement, dedication, and commitment that ultimately led up to his achievement of Eagle Scout. Thank you for making your community and state and district better. Sit that down right there. I believe this is a letter from Washington. Is this from the president? Recognizing Andrew's achievement at the Eagle Scout. He also has received a congressional recognition from Congressman Upton. And then he has also received a letter of recognition from Debbie Stabenow. I would now like to invite Mrs. Judy Buchanan up to the stage. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judy Buchanan, and I'm here representing Good Shepherd Church in Allegan. Last year, we looked out and we saw that the steps in one of our main entrances had crumbled and were not at all safe for people to use. We didn't know what to do, and Sharon was our secretary at the time, so somehow Andy, with his presence, got aware of this problem and came to us with the most amazing plan to repair the steps and beautify the area by painting the railings and the porch and the steps. And then they went further to go ahead and clear up the old foundation plantings so that our building wouldn't rot. It's a 160-year-old building, and it has wood siding that was just in terrible shape because the foundational plantings hadn't been taken care of. And the bottom of your front page, you can see the two pictures that go with this job that he did. Well, he brought this amazing plan to our vestry, which is the governing body, and they were excited about it, but they couldn't figure out how one young guy could do this. But they said yes. And in he came as an overseer, as a director of a project with many of you that are here today, with experts, with friends, with scouts all over the place. It was amazing to see them work like a big team, and they worked day after day until now our church is safe and beautiful because of Andrew, and we want to give him our deep and heartfelt thanks.
Can we start the Voice of the Eagle recording?
I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for the virtues of freedom, strength, and pride.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to serve my God, my country, and other people.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to stand for honesty, truth, and integrity.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to lead others to accomplish that task to the best of my ability.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to defend what makes America great for all people.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to cross all lines of race, creed, and nationality.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to be self-reliant and resourceful.
I am the eagle. I am prepared to do what must be done.
I am the eagle. I am prepared.
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 And now for our closing ceremony. As the white candle, representing purity and cleanliness of purpose, is extinguished, may we be ever mindful of the obligation that a scout is clean in body and thought, stands for clean speech, clean sports, clean habits, and travels with a moral crowd. As the blue candle, representing faithfulness and loyalty, like the eternal blue of the star-filled heaven, is extinguished, may we be ever mindful of our obligation to be loyal to all whom loyalty is due, our home, our parents, our country, and ourselves. As the red candle representing courage and sacrifice is extinguished, may we be ever mindful of our obligation that a scout is brave. A scout has the courage to face danger in spite of fear and to stand up for the right against the coaxing of friends and the jeers or threats of enemies, and defeat does not keep him down. And now a benediction by Chaplain Michael Hushin. I would like to invite you to either join Andrew via a Zoom session later or the outdoor reception outside to enjoy some festivities. Thank you all for coming, and congratulations on our newest Eagle.